Hello guys, can you see this board?
Yes, sir.
So any doubt from last lecture? So I think we finished energy stored in magnetic field, right? This is equal to and this is equal to this is a volume element. So since V is reserved for potential, so we are using tau for volume. The next topic that in the same context is energy flow. What does it mean? So let us say that let us say this is Earth. So right now I'm talking about gravitational field only. And you know that everything that is on Earth, all the humans, animals, whatever, they are attracted towards Earth because of its force, right? So where does this force come from? It is coming from all the particles of Earth, right? So these particles are applying force on all the humans, animals, plants, and they are also applying force on each other as well. Like this particle is getting force from all other particles, so it will be attracted towards center. This particle will get force from all because of all other particles, so it will also try to go towards center in any other direction. So all these particles are applying force on each other, right? So since Earth is a rigid object, but otherwise because of this force, the particle will try to move, right? And when they move, obviously they are doing some work और they are receiving energy from somewhere. ये एनर्जी कहाँ से आएगी? यदि अर्थ के पार्टिकल अपने ही ग्रेविटेशन फोर्स की वजह से मूव करेंगे, so they are consuming some energy, वो कुछ एनर्जी तो ले रहे हैं. This energy comes from the energy stored in the earth. जो भी अर्थ का पूरा पोटेंशियल एनर्जी है उसी से कंज्यूम करेंगे, right? So either you can say that the potential energy of earth is decreased and whatever is the change in energy, that change is consumed in doing work, or you can also assume that there is no earth and the gravitational energy is there everywhere in universe. आप ये मान लीजिए कि अर्थ जैसे कोई ऑब्जेक्ट नहीं है and there is energy everywhere, okay? And when someone is doing work, this whole energy content is decreasing. Are you getting my point? Like in this case, this thing is actually equal to this one, half integral q dv. So either we can say energy stored in particles or energy stored in field. This thing is equal to half Li square. You can say energy stored in loop or energy stored in magnetic field. Now let us say these particles, these charged particles are doing work. Either you can say that uh, their own energy is decreasing and whatever is the change in their energy, that is converted to work. Or in these terms, you can say that the energy of this whole universe is decreasing, and whatever is the change in energy, that must change has been consumed in work. Okay. So when we say the energy is changing, the energy of whole universe is changing, it is like energy is going somewhere, right? And in that sense, we can say that energy is flowing. How much is the energy flow? That also we can calculate. कैसे calculate करेंगे? Idea is quite simple. So let us say we have some charge distribution in the universe somewhere. Let us say this is some charge distribution, some arbitrary shape. Charges are everywhere, and these charges are moving. There are some currents as well. So because of this configuration, this charge and current configuration, we have electric field and magnetic field everywhere in the universe. इस ऑब्जेक्ट के अंदर भी इलेक्ट्रिक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है, इस ऑब्जेक्ट के बाहर भी इलेक्ट्रिक मैग्नेटिक फील्ड्स हैं. Now since they are electric and magnetic field, let us say we focus on this small piece of charge. It has a small volume d tau. The charge density here is rho. So charge inside, battery लेके जाओ. Charge inside this much volume is how much? This much charge, right? Now this charge is in some electromagnetic field, जो बचे हुए चार्जेस से बनाया हुआ है, and because of that electric field, these small charge elements direction. Okay, how much does it move? Let us say it moves by ds displacement. How much work did it do? How much work we have done on it, or how much work is done by this electromagnetic field on this small piece? On a small charge element. A small charge dq is equal to how much? How much is the force? So there was electric field, and the charge is this much. So this much force due to electric field, plus there is magnetic field also. So this much force is applied by magnetic field, right? This is the force. How much is the work? If this is F, work is equal to, so let me write it here, sorry. Force is equal to this much. dq, there is electric field E, and there is a magnetic field B. So Lorentz force is B cross B. How much is work? This force into how much is the displacement? ds. And let us say particle velocity is b. So what is this ds? ds is obviously
dt.
v dt, right? So how much is the work done by this electromagnetic force in dt time? F into ds f dot vector b dt. कितना हो गया है? Can we calculate it? So dq is rho d tau charge. Put electric field here, b cross b dot ds. ds means this vector b dt. Okay. So dt is scalar, d tau is scalar, rho is scalar. We can put them in one side. Vector E dot vector V is one quantity, and V cross B dot B, how much it is?
0.
0.
Because B cross B is perpendicular to velocity, and therefore, and since you can see it's a scalar triple product, so if any two quantity are same, that will be 0. Or magnetic forces cannot do any work, so in that point of view also it is 0. So this much work is done by this electromagnetic field on a small charge element, right? Work done by EM field on all charges, सभी charges को ले लें तो it's not difficult. We just calculate it for a small piece. Now we can do it for the whole volume. In dt time, इंटीग्रल ओवर द फुल वॉल्यूम वेयर देयर इज अ चार्ज, जहां पे भी चार्ज है वहां पे इंटीग्रेट कर दिया है, रो डी टाउ dt, and let me put this rho naught here, vector E dot, let me write it like this, vector E dot rho vector B, okay, d tau here, dt here, same thing. Vector E as it is, rho vector B क्या है ये?
Whole cube.
ये पढ़ा है आपने? What is n into E? What is J? Right?
Yes, sir.
So this is the current density, or because of this electric and magnetic field, these charges are moving, so there is a current, right? So this much work is done by electromagnetic field to produce this current. You can think of it like this. Yes. Or work done by EM field on all charges per unit time. Now there are charge and current, everything is there, right? Charge and current configuration. Per unit time. What is this called? Power consumption.
Power.
Work done per unit time is power. So this much power is consumed by these charges. How much? Let me call it dW by dt. Simply divide this work by time. So what is the answer? This. Okay. So if you want to know how much work we have to do or electromagnetic field have to do to move this charge configuration, this is the energy that these charges will take to produce this current. यदि किसी चार्ज कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के पार्टिकल मूव करने की वजह से जे करंट बन रहा है, then they are taking this much amount of energy. So this is equivalent to this situation, that there is a earth. Let me make it a spherical object. Let us say this north pole is attracting south pole, so the dust particle on south poles are moving downwards, and we are calculating how much work is done by the south pole particles. Actually, here we are calculating work done by all particles. Similarly, south pole is attracted by north pole is attracted by south pole. Okay, the force of attraction is there everywhere in this earth. Force of attraction हर जगह है because of all other particles. So you can assume that the shape of earth is changing because of its own force. आप ऐसा मान सकते हैं कि अर्थ की शेप चेंज हो रही है उसके अपने फोर्स की वजह से. The question is, why don't we see in reality? Reality में ऐसा क्यों नहीं देखने को मिलता है? If earth is applying force on its own particle, why don't they move? वो move क्यों नहीं करते हैं? So think about it. It is a very fundamental question for a geophysicist. So this much power is consumed by the particles if they move in their own field. Now we are just going to write, so this is field, electric field. This is related to charges. Let us write everything in terms of field. सब कुछ field की terms में लिखते हैं and let us see what we get. देखते हैं क्या मिलता है. So how do we connect current to fields? If there is a current, there is a magnetic field. कितना है वो? But this is incomplete equation, right? This is complete equation. ये टर्म क्या है? Displacement current. Have we discussed about this in this class? Displacement current discuss किया इस क्लास में?
Yes, sir. किया है.
All right. So if this is the current, I mean, if charges are moving with some velocity and they produce this current, what is the corresponding magnetic field given by this equation? So what is J here? 1 by mu naught del cross P minus mu naught epsilon naught del E y del T, right? So let us put this current here and we will get everything in terms of field. Volume integral. What is this volume? This volume is all the space occupied by the charges. जहाँ जहाँ charges हैं, the volume taken by those charges is this top. Okay. E dot J. So let us write E here. Dot del cross V. This is first term. Similarly, minus 1 by mu naught E dot this quantity, right? So mu naught cancels, we have epsilon naught only. Epsilon naught del E y del T. And this whole thing volume integral. Okay. Can we simplify this? So vector into curl of vector. I think this we can rewrite in terms of something else. So something like this. Del dot two vectors is equal to the right side vector has positive sign and other one has negative sign, right? So this one. So we have this formula. Del dot F1 cross F2. I think we have used it before as well. The right side vector gets positive sign minus this vector will get negative sign del cross F2. What we have here, E dot del cross B. So this is E, this is B. So F2 becomes B, F1 becomes, no, F2 is E. This is E, this is B, this is what? E, right? This is B. So let us write this thing. So E dot del cross B is this. This can be written as del dot B cross E, okay, plus B dot del cross E, right? This is d tau, or let me put d tau in the end, minus epsilon naught vector E dot del E by del T, okay, and volume integral over everything. Can we identify these terms? First term is this, and I think let me write it like, anyway, B cross E. There is mu naught as well. There is mu naught also, right? E dot J. So E dot, this is J, so mu naught here, this cancels, right? So this mu naught will here also. One by mu naught, one by mu naught, right? And this mu naught will here also. This is first integral. This is second integral. Del cross E. What is this equal to? Zero for electrostatics. Charges are moving here. This is Faraday law, right? Or Maxwell's Faraday equation. Or let me write all the equations for your convenience somewhere. So when charges are moving or stationary, this is the final scenario. Let me write it here. This is not the right place, but what is divergence of electric field? Rho epsilon naught. What is curl of electric field? For electrostatic, it is 0. For electrodynamics, the same thing becomes this. What is divergence of magnetic field? 0. What is curl of magnetic field? The current that you supply plus the current produced by change in electric field. So electromagnetism is basically about these two equations. If there is a changing magnetic field, it makes electric field. If there is a changing electric field, it produces a magnetic field, right? So what we are looking for, del cross E, which is minus del V by del T. So this sign becomes negative here, and it becomes B dot del V by del T minus integral tau epsilon E dot del E by del T d tau. Can you identify some of the terms? Let me show you one by one.
The first term del minus C vector.
Which one?
First one.
Del dot B cross E.
Yes, sir.
What is this?
Minus C vector.
Minus, what is C vector? What is C vector?
Sir, light.
Yes. So let me write all the terms first one by one, and then you will see what actually is happening. अभी पूरा सिर्फ मैथमेटिक्स चल रहा है, so things may not be clear to you, but once you get the final results, most of the things will be clear to you immediately. So for intensely, I am just reverting E and B and putting minus sign. So I am going to write it like this: minus vector E cross vector B y mu naught and divergence here d tau. Okay, कुछ नहीं किया है. Mu naught is taken with B. We reverted them, so we get a minus sign, which is outside integral, divergence, volume integral. Second term, B dot del V by del T. I am going to write it like this: volume integral as it is. What was the term? Let me write here: vector B dot del V by del T with 1 by mu naught, right? This term I am going to write 1 by mu naught as it is, 2 here, del y del T B dot B. Okay, I mean you write x del x by del T. I can say it is 1 by 2 del x square by del T. Same thing I am doing here, right? Similarly for the electric field component, वो क्या है? Epsilon naught E dot del E by del T. Or I can write half epsilon naught del y del T E dot E d tau. Okay. First term. So let me write all the terms in a neat and clean way. Minus del dot. And let me apply divergence theorem here. So it is divergence of some vector volume integral. किसके बराबर हो जाएगा ये? Surface integral of this vector over the surface. What is this surface? Surface enclosed by charges. I mean, whatever is the volume taken by these charges, it is the surface of same. So this is not a constant surface. This surface is evolving with time because charges are moving. So this surface is actually a function of time. आप किसी पर्टिकुलर टाइम पे इसको नोट कर रहे हैं. ये क्या है? And what is this? Now this is something new and we have a name for it. So this E cross B by mu naught. This is called पॉइंटिंग वेक्टर. क्या मतलब है इसका? अभी क्लियर होगा. व्हाट इज दिस इक्वल टू? ये दोनों टर्म देखिए. दिस इज एनर्जी स्टोर्ड इन मैग्नेटिक फील्ड. दिस इज एनर्जी स्टोर्ड इन इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड. सो व्हाट इज दिस इंटीग्रल से? ये इंटीग्रल क्या कह रहा है? Energy stored in electromagnetic field. Now let us try to understand meaning of this equation. What we have on left hand side? Work done by charges in 1 second. 1 सेकंड में चार्जेस ने कितना वर्क किया, और एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय द चार्जेस. ये टर्म क्या है? एनर्जी consumed by charges in unit time. What is this on right hand side? Energy stored in electromagnetic field का time derivative. What does it mean? And with a negative sign. This means this is equal to energy loss in unit time. What does it say? जितना भी चार्जेस ने वर्क किया वो सब एनर्जी कहां से आया? जितना भी एनर्जी वहां स्टोर था इलेक्ट्रोमैग्नेटिक फील्ड में से, उसमें से they took it this energy. Not only this, we have one more term here. What is this? ये क्या है? So E cross B by mu naught dot ds. इसका फिजिकल इंटरप्रिटेशन क्या होगा? So let me write it on the next page. This is energy loss by charges is equal to, sir. So this is the, there are charges here. They are moving according to the forces. So this surface is getting deformed with time. ये surface time के साथ बदल रही है. At some time this is a scenario. Minus what is this surface? This the surface covering this whole volume minus the volume half epsilon naught E square plus half epsilon naught, not epsilon naught, B square deta d by dt. Okay. So this thing is clear. जितना भी चार्जेस ने वर्क किया वो एनर्जी कहां से आया? They took their own energy. अपनी एनर्जी को उन्होंने किल करके and they used it for work, but they took some more energy from this vector also. What is this? Let us say this is some vector P dot ds and with a negative sign. So let us say this is that vector. This is vector P or minus vector P. Okay. So minus vector P dot ds. So this is this ds element area. So what does this integral say? Something is coming from outside as well to into this वॉल्यूम. कुछ एनर्जी बाहर से भी आ रही है अंदर की ओर. सो एनर्जी कंज्यूम्ड बाय चार्जेस हाउ मच? energy taken from stored energy plus this energy also. What is this energy? Energy taken from outside. Okay. So the work done by charges is equal to 2 energy. जो उनके पास अपना खुद का एनर्जी था विद इन दिस रीजन, कुछ कंपोनेंट तो वहां से लिया इन्होंने. सम एनर्जी दे आर टेकिंग फ्रॉम आउटसाइड. ये एनर्जी कौन सी है? आई मीन ये एनर्जी कहां से आ रही है? दिस इज एक्चुअली द एनर्जी in the remaining universe. So when we say we have this configuration of charges, what we actually mean, it has electric field and magnetic field everywhere in the universe. Electric field, magnetic field universe में हर जगह है because of this charge. So when we are perturbing these charges, we are actually perturbing all the electric and magnetic field inside as well as outside the bulk. Inside का electric field तो हम change कर ही रहे हैं, outside का भी change कर रहे हैं. So whatever is the work done by charges, जो भी charges work done करेंगे, that is equal to both. जो energy अंदर कम हुआ वो भी, and there is some loss of energy outside as well. कुछ energy loss बाहर भी हो रहा है. How much is that loss? That is given by this vector. बाहर से इतना energy अंदर को आ रहा है to compensate this work. Okay. So what is this P? P has this definition now. Is equal to energy flow. It is per unit time. So energy flow per unit time per area. Okay. So unit area से per second कितना energy transfer हो जाएगा? That is given by this equation. And what is the name of this equation? Pointing vector. Is it clear? You may have many doubts here. हो सकता है आपको कुछ भी ना समझ में आया हो. So please let me know what portion is not clear to you. Or in terms of Earth, you can think of it like this. Let us say this is Earth. Okay. And because of its own forces, let us say this is the new size of Earth. Question is, how much work done by these dust particles to reduce the size from R1, which is right now 6,400 kilometer, to new radius. Let us say this new radius is 5,000 kilometer. कैसे पता करेंगे कितना वर्क किया गया पार्टिकल्स द्वारा? Any idea? Initially radius this much है, and these particles are getting attraction forces because of all other particles, so they just attract each other, and because of this attraction the radius of Earth has shrunk to 5,000 kilometer. इस वर्क को कैसे करें? Yes,
by calculating this self energy, difference in self energy.
Yes. So one answer is calculate energy of Earth when radius was 6,400, calculate energy of Earth when it was 5,000 kilometer, and take the difference, right? What is this summation? What is this equal to? According to electromagnetism, this thing is equal to energy in sphere of radius 6400 kilometer plus there is energy distributed outside as well. Outside भी है, इसका जहां जहां पोटेंशियल फील्ड का इफेक्ट होगा वहां पर भी एनर्जी है. एनर्जी इन रिमेनिंग यूनिवर्स. Okay, what is this energy? Energy in a sphere of 5000 kilometer plus energy in remaining universe. Okay, so we have four terms here: term A, term B, term C, term D. What is the final answer? Answer final क्या होगा? A plus B minus C plus D. But I am going to write it in a different style. A minus C plus B minus D. This A minus C is equivalent to this thing. जहां पे मास पार्टिकल्स थे वहां पे एनर्जी लॉस कितना है? A minus C, which is this. B minus D is equivalent to Poynting vector. Okay, so what does Poynting vector say? जो एनर्जी बाकी यूनिवर्स में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थी, you can think of it like जो भी एनर्जी बाकी यूनिवर्स में डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थी, now it is coming into this universe to give its contribution. जो भी एनर्जी बाहर डिस्ट्रीब्यूटेड थी वो भी अपना कंट्रीब्यूशन दे रही है, and that energy is coming into earth to give its contribution, and that energy contribution appears as a Poynting vector. Okay, so either you can calculate this quantity, या तो आप Poynting vector calculate कर लीजिए, and if you do not want to calculate Poynting vector तो आप ये calculate कीजिए. Remaining universe dy dt half epsilon naught E square plus, because this is the contribution from the outside, right? जैसे contribution bulk में से आ रहा है, same contribution coming from outside as well. So this quantity is also equal to Poynting vector. ये quantity Poynting vector के बराबर ही आएगी. Dot ds integral. Okay, so या तो आप ये कैलकुलेट कीजिए या ये कैलकुलेट कीजिए, you will get the same answer. Why don't we see this in real life? यदि वास्तव में अर्थ पार्टिकल एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं तो अर्थ का रेडियस रिंग क्यों नहीं कर रहा है? Any answer? Is this force not enough to reduce the size? क्या ये फोर्स इतना ज्यादा नहीं है कि अर्थ के साइज को रिड्यूस कर सके?
Yes, sir.
The answer is not very simple. A geophysicist can give you a better answer. I can give you just a part of it. Force is quite strong. ये force बहुत strong है. You know how difficult it is to leave the atmosphere of Earth. आपको पता है अर्थ का एटमॉस्फेयर लीव करना कितना आसान और कितना मुश्किल है. So this force can do lots of things. But this is not the only force which defines the geometry of Earth. But see, यही force काम नहीं कर रहा है. So let us say this is the Earth. Obviously, all the particles are getting attracting force. But in the center, there are metals at extremely high temperature, and this temperature is so high that it tries to expel outward. Okay, so we are actually this Earth is the dust particle which we are talking about is like a spherical cell. They are getting attractive force because of their own attraction, but they are also getting a repelling force from the inside where temperature is extremely high. And these two forces are balancing each other. यदि किसी वजह से टेम्परेचर अर्थ का डाउन होता है there will be a catastrophic situation. और किसी वजह से if gravitational attraction increases, then also there will be a catastrophic situation. Okay. So these two factors are there which stabilize the geometry of Earth. If any force disbalance, I don't know what will happen. I think no one will survive if anything disbalances. And one more thing, these two quantities always balance each other. Let us say gravitational force increases. What will happen? That will bring this metallic core, the particles of metallic cores close to each other. There will be more collisions. And if I increase the collisions, the temperature will rise. Temperature will rise means it will stop the shrinking of the earth. यदि अर्थ का attraction बढ़ेगा, temperature बढ़ेगा, temperature बढ़ने से अर्थ की shrinking रुकेगी. Let us say temperature increases by due to some phenomena. किसी वजह से temperature बढ़ेगा, the earth will try to expand. If earth expand, the particle will get more mean free path. So the numbers of collision will decrease. If numbers of collision will decrease, again temperature will come into control. Temperature खुद से control में आ जाएगा. So these two forces, and not only these two forces, there are many other phenomena happening in the earth, and because of all these phenomena, luckily the earth behaves like a stable object. If there is only attraction force, then obviously earth will collapse into something like white dwarf or black hole. So when something turns to black hole, the planet goes through some unstable equilibrium. जब भी कोई ऑब्जेक्ट कोई प्लेनेट ब्लैक होल में कन्वर्ट होता है, something is happening in the planet that makes it unstable. One of the force dominates over other, and the journey towards the black hole started. So as long as these forces are in equilibrium, everything is safe. Earth is not going anywhere. If we are perturbing it, then situations could be quite complicated. But there is no such controlling force. The case we are discussing, जो हम discuss कर रहे हैं, here everything can happen because the particles are freely moving. If there is a force on them, they can move, and accordingly we will see their behavior. Right? Now, any doubt on the pointing vector?
Sir, here
Yes.
you have right pointing vector something E cross B by mu. And
Yes.
yeah, in this case you have written pointing vector something else.
Sorry, say it again.
Sir, when you were explaining pointing vector in the last slide, you wrote pointing vector as E cross B by mu naught.
Yes.
And now in this earth phenomena something, you write pointing vector something else.
Let me see if there is a mistake. So you are saying pointing vector is not this, huh? Let me see. No, this is the pointing vector. I think you have seen this form. Pointing vector यही है.
Oh, sir, this is the pointing vector, but in the phenomena where you were discussing earth collapse and all, there you
Right.
wrote something else. You wrote something energy plus energy into dt.
Okay, so what is the equivalent of pointing vector for Earth? Earth के लिए pointing vector equivalent क्या होगा? हाँ?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. That is the question.
I think no pointing vector for Earth. So first of all, what is the equivalent of this energy density? For electromagnetic field, this is the energy, right? What is the equivalent of this energy for ग्रेविटेशनल फील्ड के लिए इसका इक्विवेलेंट क्या लिखा जाएगा? सो इन ग्रेविटेशनल फील्ड वी हैव दिस फॉर्म, right? So this field is actually equivalent to this field, which is q kq upon r square. So this F gravitational is more or less equivalent to this electric field, right? So we can derive a formula equivalent to this part. इसका equivalent तो है हमारे पास for gravity, but there is no equivalent of this. इसके लिए gravity में equivalent component नहीं है हमारे पास, right? So how much is the change in energy? Only this component give you complete information. Okay. Similarly, how much is the energy coming from outside? बाहर से energy कितना आ रहा है? There is no term. ये term तो होगा ही नहीं, right? We have only this term. So we do not have any pointing vector for gravitational field, I think. Right? Because pointing vector consists of both the things, E and B. Whereas gravitational field is completely explained by a quantity like electric field. I mean, you can merge these two. What is G? G is equivalent to K. This mass of Earth is equivalent to the total charge of the configuration. Both are 1 by r square law. This small mass is equivalent to this small charge Q and so on, right? So I think there is no pointing vector for gravitational field. Gravitational field में फिर कैसे आप energy flow निकालेंगे? Do this integral. Half epsilon naught T square over the remaining universe. Remaining universe means outside that.
So sir, what will we write for B minus D?
What is?
That B minus D term.
B minus D term. So B minus D term will be equal to this.
Sir.
Okay. See, this is a B minus D term. For electromagnetic field, this term can be written as pointing vector also. I think you are still not getting my point.
No, sir. Because sir, in the last slide you have written pointing vector for electromagnetic field, something else.
No. Here. Okay, so first let me summarize it again. I think that it will be clear to you. This is a sphere of charges. Total charge on this sphere is capital Q. Question is, how much energy is there in this sphere? Can you answer how much energy is there in this sphere?
Surface energy total.
You will say, I will do this integral. dqv, or I will do this integral. Half epsilon naught E square over all universe. आप कैसे भी कीजिए, you will get the same answer. Right? Now let me divide this integral in two parts. Half epsilon naught E square sphere of radius r, means this sphere. Okay, let me write in part. Sphere of radius r plus same integral again, remaining universe. Okay, Now let us say because of these positive charges, they are repelling each other, right? And if they are repelling each other, the size of this object will change. Let us say this is the new size. Okay, what is the new radius? R2. What is the new energy of this sphere? अब energy कितनी होगी? Obviously now electric field will change. Let us say new electric field becomes E2 square. This is the new energy of this new sphere. Sphere of radius R2, half epsilon naught E2 square. Whatever is the remaining universe. Obviously remaining universe का size अब थोड़ा कम हो गया है because object का size बढ़ गया है. Question is, how much work is done by these charges? जो charges थे, charges तो अभी भी Q ही हैं. They just expanded to a bigger sphere. कितना work किया इन charges ने? So let me say this quantity is T1, this is T2, this is A1, let us say this is A2, this is B1, not B1, let me call it C1, C2. How much is the work done by these charges? कितना वर्क किया चार्जेस ने बताएंगे?
T2 minus T1.
T2 minus T1. Or I can say that is equal to A2 minus A1, okay, plus C2 minus C1.
Minus C1.
What is A2 minus A1? A2 minus A1 is this quantity. This one. Okay. Okay, so I forgot to write this equation. मैंने इसको लिखना भूल गया हूँ. So let me write this one as well. कितनी एनर्जी है इस स्फीयर में? जब स्फीयर का रेडियस r था, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वजह से ये थी, मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की वजह से इतनी थी. सेम हियर. आई एम सॉरी, इट्स माय मिस्टेक. जब और इसको कैसे लिख सकते हैं? स्फीयर के अंदर इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो है उसकी वजह से ये एनर्जी है. स्फीयर के अंदर जो बाहर जो मैग्नेटिक फील्ड है उसकी वजह से ये एनर्जी है. सेम थिंग हियर. जब साइज बढ़ गया, स्फीयर के अंदर के मैग्नेटिक फील्ड की वजह से दिस मच एनर्जी, बाहर की वजह से दिस मच एनर्जी. सो व्हाट इज A2 minus A1 इक्विवेलेंट टू? दिस फर्स्ट टर्म. रेट ऑफ चेंज ऑफ दिस एनर्जी पहले कैलकुलेट कीजिए, 1 सेकंड के बाद फिर कैलकुलेट कीजिए. जितना भी चेंज आया that is A2 minus A1. What is this equal to? This is, you can check, this is equal to Poynting vector. प्रूफ कर सकते हैं? कैसे हैं? So what is actually happening? आप इसको ऐसे एज्यूम कर सकते हैं. This is the tank of water. ये एक वाटर टैंक है. Okay. And I am just looking in this small portion. मैं स्पेसिफिक स्मॉल पोर्शन पे फोकस कर रहा हूँ. Some water is leaking out from this small portion. इस स्मॉल पोर्शन से कुछ वाटर लीक आउट कर रहा है. वो लीक आउट कितना होगा? आंसर इज कैलकुलेट वाटर लॉस इन दिस स्मॉल पीस. स्मॉल पीस में वाटर लॉस चेक कीजिए. डेट वाटर लॉस इज इक्विवेलेंट टू A2 minus A1. चेक वाटर लॉस इन द रिमेनिंग टैंक आल्सो. बाकी के टैंक में भी वाटर लॉस चेक कीजिए कितना है. रिमेनिंग टैंक मीन्स रिमेनिंग यूनिवर्स. डेट वाटर लॉस इज C2 minus C1. बट वो C2 minus C1 इससे कनेक्टेड कैसे है? ऑब्वियसली दिस एनर्जी इज, और दिस वाटर इज एक्चुअली कमिंग इनटू दिस वाटर, दिस स्मॉल पीस, एंड देन इट डिसअपियर्स फ्रॉम एयर, उसके बाद यहाँ से चला गया. सो इधर यू कैलकुलेट C2 minus C1, या तो आप C2 minus C1 कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए, और यू कैलकुलेट हाउ मच एनर्जी इज कमिंग और हाउ मच वाटर इज कमिंग इनटू दिस स्मॉल वॉल्यूम. इस वॉल्यूम के अंदर कितना वाटर बाहर से आ रहा है वो कैलकुलेट कर लीजिए. सो C2 minus C1 और कितनी एनर्जी और कितना वाटर बाहर से आया, बाहर से जो वाटर आया वो ये है P energy coming per unit time per unit area multiply with area integrate over the whole surface. This much water is coming with a minus sign obviously. This much water is coming into this small piece, right? So this thing is equal to C2 minus C1. ये दोनों क्वांटिटी एक ही है. If you want, you can verify them numerically also. कोई एक प्रॉब्लम लीजिए, या तो यूनिवर्स में एनर्जी लॉस कितना वो पता कर लीजिए, बट वो एनर्जी लॉस होगा कैसे, तो मैजिक तो है नहीं. दिस एनर्जी इज कमिंग इनटू दिस चार्ज कॉन्फ़िगरेशन, वो इस चार्ज कॉन्फ़िगरेशन के अंदर आ रही है, एंड वी आर कैलकुलेटिंग इट फ्रॉम द सरफेस. हम सरफेस पर बैठ गए, सरफेस से चेक कर रहे हैं, यस कितना एनर्जी आ रहा है, हम यहाँ से कैलकुलेट कर लेंगे. सो आप चाहे तो यूनिवर्स में बैठ के यहाँ से चेक कीजिए हर जगह एनर्जी कंटेंट कितना कम हुआ है, और यू सिट एट द बाउंड्री ऑफ द चार्जेस, जहाँ पे चार्जेस हैं उसके ऊपर से चेक कीजिए कितना एनर्जी अंदर को आ रहा है. बोथ द नंबर्स हैज टू बी सेम, राइट? सो यहाँ से कितना एनर्जी या कितना वाटर फ्लो आउट हो गया A2 minus A1, यहाँ पे कितना वाटर कम हो रहा है, प्लस यूनिवर्स से कितना वाटर कम हो रहा है. ओके, इज इट क्लियर नाउ? That is why we have these two numbers. This is A2 minus A1, जहां पे सिर्फ चार्जेस थे, वहां से कितनी एनर्जी कंज्यूम हो गई, और एनर्जी जो बाहर से आ रही है सरफेस के थ्रू, दैट इज दिस मच एनर्जी. कहते सरफेस से बैठ के चेक कर लीजिए कि कितना एनर्जी अंदर को आया, और इफ यू आर नॉट लुकिंग इनटू सरफेस, फिर आपको यूनिवर्स में हर जगह चेक करना पड़ेगा कितना एनर्जी आया. तो दिस थिंग, लेट मी से, इट इज एग्जैक्टली इक्वल टू दिस थिंग माइनस remaining universe half epsilon naught E square plus mu naught B square d tau dy dt. ये दोनों क्वांटिटी एक ही हैं, आप इसको चेक कर सकते हैं. इट इज नॉट दैट डिफिकल्ट. आपको थोड़ा सा इसमें फिर से वही इक्वेशंस लगाने पड़ेंगे, बट यू अल्टीमेटली गेट दिस आंसर. आपको ये आंसर मिलना है, निश्चित मिलना है. ओके, is it clear or not?
Clear, sir, clear.
Okay, so it is a somewhat heavy topic, I understand. मैं मानता हूँ ये थोड़ा सा टॉपिक heavy है, and it is not easy to visualize it, but give it some time. Read it from book of Griffith also, and if you still don't get it, do let me know. I will also confirm it with some numerical calculation. इसको numerical calculation से confirm भी कर सकते हो. So let me end it here, although your time is up. Okay, so you can leave now. Attendance is taken.